What's up, YouTube? It's your girl KD with Abundant Legacy, back with another video. I think I might be a little loud, so I'm gonna try to control that a little bit with my voice. I'm outside a little bit, so anyway, we're going to continue the story about Daniel. So the situation we started with, he was praying for the people of Israel because they were basically in bondage, right? They were having this issue. I feel like I'm sitting up real tight. They're having this issue and they were going through some stuff. Daniel prayed. God sends a messenger as he's praying. Gabriel comes and tells him, hey, you're precious. You're in the sight of God. You have a precious value. I want to make sure I ain't putting words in their mouth. Tells him you are very precious to God. I'm reading from the NLT. And basically tells him, I'm going to give you insight about your vision that you already had. So he was praying because he had a vision. And now we're going to get that insight. And so the last couple of videos, we kind of talked about him praying. Then we talked about the response God gave. God didn't fix the problem immediately like we want him to a lot of times. He gave him insight and understanding through Gabriel. And then, he tells him he's going to give him insight and understanding through Gabriel as he's praying. He was fasting and praying. As he was praying, that's what the angel Gabriel said. All right. And so here is the insight. And so we're going to pick up at chapter 9, verse 24. Oh, man. Here we go. A period of 70 sets of 7. We could get caught up in the numbers. There are theologians who believe that days are actually years. And anyway, I'm not going to get caught up in that. The goal of this channel isn't to go too deep, but to basically read stories because I'm going off on something. Let me just go ahead and say this. I don't know. I run into people all the time who their knowledge of the Bible is based on what they saw and heard from somebody else. And I think that's always been a thing. However, it's increasing now. And so some people, this is crazy. I shouldn't probably say this, but some people are angry about the Bible and they've never even read it. And I mean, I guess I can kind of like, I want to be empathetic towards them. Maybe somebody who they trusted read the Bible and they didn't get it. They didn't act the way that they thought that they should act. Listen, it's so many. I'll just say this. Like, I think a lot of our learning came in Sunday school when we learned about the stories, right? And we saw how God moved in those stories. And so that's what I want to do. I learned so much from the stories. I just want to present the story. So I said all that to say, we're not going to get caught up in the numbers. All right. So it's a period of 70 sets of 7 has been decreed for your people in your holy city to finish their rebellion. This is the response. To put an end to their sin, to atone for their guilt, to bring in everlasting righteousness, to confirm the prophetic vision, and to anoint the most holy place. Now listen and understand. 7 sets of 7 plus 62 sets of 7 will pass from the time the command is given to rebuild Jerusalem until a ruler, the anointed one, comes. Jerusalem will be rebuilt with streets and strong defenses despite the perilous times. After this period of 62 sets of 7, the anointed one will be killed, appearing to have accomplished nothing. What? And a ruler will arise whose armies will destroy the city and the temple. The end will come with a flood and a war, and its miseries are decreed from that time to the very end. The ruler will make a treaty with the people for a period of 1 set of 7, but after half this time, he will put an end to the sacrifices and offerings. Excuse me. And as a climax to all his terrible deeds, he will set up a sacrilegious object that causes desecration until the fate decreed for this defiler is finally poured out on him. What? Yo. Alright, so the lighting's kind of weird. We'll fix it later. Yo. I first want to point out, I just threw my pillow on the floor. I first want to point out where he says in verse 26, after this period of 62 sets of 7, which is already happened, the anointed one will be killed and appearing to have accomplished nothing. Let me just say, in the eyes of many, the anointed one was killed, and they still believe he has accomplished nothing. Let's not be one of those people who believe that. So a couple things I wanted to point out from that part of the story. This vision was about future events. Again, we kind of said that last time. And so the angel, in response to the prayer, is telling him about this vision he had, letting him know that this is not something that's going to be immediate. This is something that he has already visioned, but this is something that's also going to happen far into the future, right? So Daniel himself won't get to see this, but Daniel is praying about this. Y'all see this? He's praying about something that is going to happen. It said 62 sets of 7. I'm not even about to calculate that. I can tell you guys again, theologians believe that those 7 that they're talking about are years. And so you can go look it up and how many years it was. I do know it already happened because, well, the first part already happened because it says that the anointed one was going to be killed, and he was, right? And so if you can do the calculations. The point is, it wasn't happening in Daniel's time, and Daniel was praying about it. I know people be spooked out about certain types of prayer, but you should pray in your heavenly language. You should pray in your language. You should pray. You have no idea the impact of your prayers. And a lot of times we think that our prayers aren't answered because they aren't immediately seen as effective right in front of us. But this guy's prayers, who knows, probably impacting us even today. All right, so those takeaways, man, it says the anointed one was killed, appearing to have accomplished nothing. First takeaway is it may appear that you haven't accomplished anything for God. Be faithful anyway. All right, I think, listen. I want to stop there, but I'll just keep going. There is going to be deception that he talks about here. He says there is a sacrilegious object that causes desecration. All right. And there's the defiler who hasn't received his due penalty yet. What does defile mean? It means he's making something unclean. He's making something dirty, filthy, unrighteous. He's doing that now. Deception is rampant right now. I may be saying that word wrong. Phew. But the point is, we want to be faithful. It may appear, I don't even have 3 points. It may appear that we're doing nothing. It may appear that I'm on this channel doing nothing. It may appear that you're watching this and it's doing nothing. I'm telling you, that is an appearance that is not true. All right. Something supernatural is happening. Something supernatural happened when he died. And right now it's Good Friday, so I think that probably sparked me up a little bit more. But keep praying, keep believing, keep interceding. Be encouraged. Encourage somebody else and live abundantly. I'll catch you guys on the next one.